It's the Full Force News Burst, proudly brought to you by Battle Action Force, the Treasury editions. I am your host, Christopher McLeod, aka Diagnostic 80. Now let's get into the news.
Full Force!
Hello and welcome to the show. Yes, it's all kicking off this weekend, this week, the last couple of weeks, all the time, every single day, always. We've got some fun news to get into today from SUPER7 this time. And it's a Sunday, which means I've pulled double duty. That's not a G.I. Joe code name, but it should be, shouldn't it? With Patreon. So I've done a Q&A special today for our patrons. And now straight off the back of that, we've got this news that's hitting us with SUPER7. Now, earlier in the day, SUPER7 dropped a couple of teasers for card art of upcoming Reaction Plus G.I. Joe figures, which we'll be getting into. And then shortly after that, I was sent an image of all four figures of the main wave of four figures that related sort of to one of the teasers they posted today. So lots to get into, lots to talk about, lots to discuss, lots to speculate, but a lot that's already kind of out there. So I think on the lead up to New York Toy Fair, it's very, very highly likely that we'll be seeing orders for their latest wave going up, which is kind of cool and fun and awesome. And then it's a cool wave as well, but we'll get to that. Bit by bit we'll get there. Hello everyone in the chat. Hello Punk with Toys. Hello Jim. Hello Squishy. Hello Blitz. Big M. Who else we got in there? Miss 1476. Jamie Lynn Parks. Bad Wolf Media, Robert Yainsy, as I like to call you, Robert. All I can see is Flash, and I'm pretty sure Reaction Big Lob came out simultaneously with a classified Big Lob or shown around the same time. We will get to that, Robert, absolutely. Hi, Chris G, and hi, yes, to everyone who is watching at the moment. Now, we'll go through everything. I'm aware there's a rather big game on tonight, so I will keep this brief, and we'll cover this in more detail, obviously, as and when. But I thought, we might as well get into it right now, eh? So let's do it. Explosion? Right, so as I mentioned before, SUPER7 posted two art teasers, starting with the Hydro Viper, but we're not going to start with the Hydro Viper because I want to save that for last. Probably there's so much about this that makes me want to squee as hard as possible, but we will get there. And of course, Falcon, who followed suit in a very weird, different deco that I don't think we've really seen him in before. But we'll get to my sort of feelings on who this could be. Not who it can be, but what it could homage or what it could be about shortly. But let's start with Falcon. So this is the artwork for this particular piece. I'm just double checking on the artwork. Now, we did get a leaked image earlier today that came through of the back of the file card of another figure in that leaked group of figures, and Falcon isn't on there. The other four are, Falcon isn't. So it's very almost certain actually that Falcon will be the Target exclusive, as White has mentioned in the chat there. So it's likely he will be the Target exclusive of this next group of figures, or he is one of multiple in some sort of sub-team redeco sort of situation. I don't know. But the other thing that kind of that hit me was the kind of red, white, and blue of it all, and how it might be some sort of homage to, was it the 250th of the USA this year? So is it something to do with that? Don't know, but that was something that kind of popped up in regards to this particular deco. What's really funny is shout out to Paddy Lennon, obviously long time friend of the channel and just generally a friend. But Paddy messaged to say that this is all he could see, and I agree with him. Yes, that is, of course, Mr. Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile in the Street Fighter movie, circa whenever that was, late 90s. I can't remember when exactly. But is this some sort of homage to JCVD as Guile in the movie? I don't know. We don't know any of it about it yet. So it'd be really, really freaking crazy if like this was the homage. It's just funny as well that you've got like the rolled up sleeves, similar camo sort of design, the blue beret. I don't know, just there's a lot here screaming Guile from the movie 94. Thank you, Bad Wolf Media. But again, probably not. And again, we'll find out. I guess they have obviously done a lot, Super Seven, in terms of their own bringing their own sort of ideas and their own designs, their own camo, their own sub teams into the brand already. We've had the kind of glow in the dark glow patrol stuff. We had the sort of like I guess it's like their own version of Python Patrol. So lots of different Pythonized characters that we haven't seen Pythonized before. Same for Tiger Force. So they've done their own sort of thing a lot of the time with it. So I don't know. Are we looking at some sort of? Let me go back here. That was really more of a joke about Guile. But yeah, I don't know. Is this more of a sort of like another sort of independent Super 7 sort of deco that they're throwing in there and like starting a new sub team? I don't really know. So I guess we'll find out pretty soon, I'd imagine. The fact they're revealing these on Sunday makes me think that maybe tomorrow we'll probably get these officially revealed. And yeah, this is almost certainly the exclusive or one of maybe like some sort of subset or sub team, new sub team that Super 7 are trying out to get redecos out of some of their figures. But anyway, that is Falcon basically. And we'll just avoid the jokey part of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Now, the other piece they posted, the other teaser they posted, was this gorgeous, phenomenal bit of amazement. Yes, it's the Hydro Viper, but with a slight twist. Now, this is a deep cut, a demon of the deep cut, if you will. Do you know how long I've been waiting to say that today? Since it dropped, actually. I sat there and I thought, demon of the deep cut immediately. So this is my demon of the deep cut. If you don't know, then I can't help you. Demon of the Deep is the brackets kind of nickname for the Hydro Vipers officially on their file card. One of the very few file cards that ever had something weird like that in brackets following their code name. Can you name any others? I can't think of any off the top of my head. I do think there are more, but the only one I can remember to have anything in brackets following its actual code name is Hydro Viper, Demon of the Deep in brackets. So weird that, and it was so like weirdly like mushed in as well, like in brackets and just kind of crunched in there. Anyway, what is so special about this particular Hydro Viper? I hear you ask. No one. I hear no one ask because you already know. Yes, this deco is an homage, clearly, to their appearance. Get this, in the Action Force Monthly issue 14, the comic story War Beneath the Waves, where Hydro Viper and a bunch of eels and Falcon get into it. You can tell and what's interesting is it's Falcon's involved. You know what I mean? So that not only do they post the Hydro Viper, who's got an homage to an issue that they show up in with Falcon, but then they show Falcon, who has got like, even though that Falcon that they're showing has nothing to do with this Falcon in this issue, as you can see, he's wearing a wetsuit, an orange one. It's interesting that they would show both of those. Those two would be in this wave. A lot of coinkydinks going on here, I would say, if not very purposefully, shown off in that fashion. Now, the Hydro Vipers, or Hydro Viper actually, in this, it was almost like this particular character is a sort of like Eels sort of commander sort of situation, is how they kind of sort of utilize him in this issue. It's just one Hydro Viper and multiple eels that are with him. But as you can see, the deco is very much a kind of, I don't know, weird, creepy pink skin sort of vibe, isn't it? But the helmet's very kind of specific as well on this one. That's another good shout, Rusty. The I know. Sorry, talking about the Falcon figure, just quickly on that as a side note again. You've said, could the Falcon deco be a call to the Manley Argentinian figure, or you said Argentine figure? Sorry, I'm making things up. But yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, there's a very close deco similarity there, blue beret and all that kind of stuff as well. So yeah, there's a possibility it could be there as well. But again, this is stuff I'm probably going to have to ask Brian and see if he can get some definitive homage fray. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yes, the Hydro Viper. Here we are. This is the deco. Unbelievable. The only image I didn't put in here was the bio card one, which is even cooler as well. Like has him kind of like all full body kind of shot. I know these are full body shots as well, but I do love that bio page that's in this issue. Also, just for those American viewers who are unaware or not aware of Action Force Monthly, it was it was reprinted as G.I. Joe European Missions in the US. But they only changed the logo on the front of the cover and the interior logos in here. Let me show you. So where it says things like Action Force, whenever Action Force is mentioned in writing in like the dialogue, that stays in there. So that must have been a bit confusing for everybody reading European Missions at the time. God, goodness me, why can't I take it out of this? I have such issues taking these things out of their bags and boards. So yeah, like I said, they changed the main logo, but then if you go inside, every mention of Action Force is still there in like this like little section, but they do change the interior logos as well, like the interior sort of like kind of like panel logos. So that changed to GI Joe, where it would say Action Force in the original. And let me just show you another example, which is really funny. The interior commercial or the ad is an Action Force ad, which is amazing. And this, I've never noticed this before. This is just for you guys. But in that ad at the bottom, they've written that full force, which I need to get that design, don't I? I need to get that design down in some sort of like merch fashion. But I love that. It's really cool. And I've never noticed that it had the full force bit at the bottom before. And I've seen that ad a billion times. I remember them saying full force, shouting it on the commercial, the adverts, the television adverts. Nice little mini poster in there as well. Anyway, you get the idea. They reprinted. They did the bare minimum. They changed the a couple of logos, but everything else was pretty much verbatim Action Force. Now, yeah, going through this issue, just a few more kind of shots to show you the just to show you some more shots of that Hydro Viper. And again, a good close up of the helmet here, which again is not really like any of the helmets we see. It's funny, the deco is not the same as the figure. The helmet isn't really the same as the figure or the card art. I think the action figure itself has a wonderful helmet design. The card art, an even better helmet design, which obviously has been translated into classified now. And this one is another different design in itself. Like the card art, the figure, and this particular showing in the comics. There aren't many Hydro Viper comic appearances, right? Did they show up in the Marvel run? Please, guys, and thank you. Let me know in the comments. I can't remember if they show up in the actual Marvel G.I. Joe Larry Hama run, because obviously this is Marvel UK we're talking about, that was again reprinted, of course, for European missions. Here's another shot. There's the close up of the webbed hand. I love that, where he's actually talking to Battle Armor Cobra Commander at that point. And what's interesting about that is Battle Armor Cobra Commander has his battle helmet off and he's got the hood on. It's really cool. I should have shown that panel as well. And there he is leading a bunch of very poorly decoed eels. I say poorly decoed as in alternate deco, not poorly, but alternate deco eels there as well, which is kind of cool. I wonder if we'll get eels like that. Eels up inside you, finding an entrance where they can. Because if they've got eyes on this particular Hydro Viper, then they've got eyes on those eels. And that is not an easy thing for me to say very quickly. Flesh Viper. I love that, WJ. Figure 6-pack says probably not in the Marvel run. Yeah, I don't recall them being in it. This was the only 80s appearance never shown in Marvel. Thank you, Nowhere Manchild. Did Hasbro just send the UK a blurry black and white fax? Very off model. Yes, Squishy, that's exactly what would have happened. Anyway, I know a lot of people, sorry, I'm missing a lot of comments, but I'm just kind of like trying to do some talk, and then I look over and it's all moved up again. So if I miss anyone, I apologize. If you really desperately want me to see a comment, just put it in again, and I'll see if I can get to it. My apologies. Oh, Joe Bits has got Hit and Run in hand. You jammy, lucky, amazing, awesome human. I can't wait to get my Hit and Run as well. Just jealous. Robert says, plus I don't know if it's been confirmed, but I believe it's been said Hasbro prefers them not to do Ultimates. I could be wrong. Well, I haven't heard that, but Brian's explained why Ultimates is not really happening as it did before. He said it very clearly in his interview with us, in regards to it, like basically not doing the numbers that he wanted it to do, and also the fact that, you know, Classified is quite dominant in that sort of scale, even though Ultimates is bigger. It's sort of like, you know, there's not enough room for both of them basically, and the sales have just really forced them to really cut line plans down. That's effectively what he said in our interview. You know, the cliff notes anyway. Wish I had the Kraken. Want to put him on a hammerhead or bug, says W. Where's the Kraken? He's behind me. Is he there? Oh, he's there. He's off screen. You can't see my Kraken. Kitty said. I mean, you can, because technically he is there. That is the Kraken right there in the ice. But there's a really good shot of him there, which you can't see. Anyway, yes, this is awesome. And I will say, can I just say, I know a lot of you are either like, you know, there's a few people are like, well, that's weird. That's a choice. Not really a fan of this. And I get that. And I don't mean to like not force my agenda or anything like that. You know what I mean? But like, I am so unbelievably emotionally happy about this as a choice because of the UK, you know, connection. And I like these little deep cuts. I find so fun, interesting. They get people sort of like looking into it and delving into these things and trying to work out, you know, like looking at the history of these things as well. You know, it gives me an opportunity to explain why we're looking at what we're looking at. I don't know, I'm just kind of like excited basically. And for those that aren't really you know, happy about this particular choice, I feel you, I understand, but I'm not going to hide my excitement for this. I think this is so rad, and what a cool, like, what a nod. What an excellent little nod. Anyway, here he is fighting Falcon, just before Falcon smashes him in the face with a rock, which I actually cut out because you can't actually see any more of the Hydro Viper at that point. But yeah, there you go. That is La Hydro Viper. Combat Colin would be insane as a classified figure, wouldn't it? Him and Semi-Automatic Steve as a 2-pack would be the coolest thing ever. Even if there was, why have we not got toys of those two? Damn, that would be fun. Damn, that would be fun. I wonder who owns the rights to that. It must be Hasbro. Or maybe Rebellion. And I know Combat Colin was, maybe that's maybe the rights are actually owned by the artist who, man, I can't believe this always happens. Someone will let me know in the comments. I'd love to see just toys of Combat Colin now. Just a little cute little 2-pack of him and Semi-Automatic Steve. Be amazing. Anyway, that is La Hydro Viper. Now, shortly after those two images were posted officially by Super7, this image started doing the rounds. Now, I don't have full credit yet. All I've had so far in terms of like where the image came from is it's from China or from overseas, I believe. I can't remember the exact wording. Bear with me. Yeah. So it was a YouTube channel there's Action Media Review, I believe, had these images on their YouTube channel, and they just basically come in from China. That is all I know in terms of credit, in terms of all that stuff. That's all I'm aware of. So I'm hoping to that is covering the credit on this one particular. Michael says, how do you know it's Falcon he is fighting? It's not like his name is on his leg. Exactly. Who is the pink girl? Well, we'll get to that, Chris G, right now. So basically, this is effectively the next wave of Reaction Plus, it would appear. Lou Stringer, thank you, Jamie Lynn Parks. So coming back to Combat Colin, Lou Stringer is the amazing artist who like does a lot of Combat Colin, semi-automatic Steve, little combo, and I believe is still actively releasing Combat Colin stuff as well, like actual little, comic strips and what have you. So I don't know. Lou must be the owner of that, and I wonder if he'd ever thought, or if there's ever been talk of them doing figures for it. Anyway, by the by. But thank you, Jamie Lynn, for reminding me. Yes, Lou Stringer. How did I hate myself when I forget things live on stream, but that's just the nature of the pressure I'm under when the lights are on. Yeah. So anyway, this is the 4-figure wave, the next wave, and the Falcon figure, it looks like, is going to be the Target exclusive, or some sort of like alternative extra sort of 5th figure. Maybe, like I said, it kind of has a little bit of a hint of some sort of sub team that Super7 might be bringing out around, for, like, to show off at Toy Fair. Who knows? We'll have to find out, won't we? Now, as well as Hydro Viper, it looks like we're also getting Dana from the October Guard in her Sunbow pink, which is awesome. Chuckles, movie Chuckles, with his white shirt from the movie, the Action Force movie from. I'm not sure if you guys have seen that one. I think it was also released in the US under the G.I. Joe, the movie. Anyway, I'm just kidding. And of course, Flash, which is such a low-key banger, because what they've done is they've given him sort of like a really cool head of hair on this particular figure. But anyway, I've also got some zoomed in images. So here is the Hydro Viper in that really sexy coral and red deco. That is obviously a huge, and the head sculpt, man, the freaking helmet head sculpt is so cool, because it is, again, it's like something completely new and different, and just like the comic. So good. And then a decent amount of gear as well. So you've got the backpack, the pipes, you've got the huge harpoon, and you've got the dragon toe style flippers as well. Very dope indeed. Bad Wolf has asked, could we see a white shirt Chuckles coming to Classified as a retro card? I would friggin' love that. But yeah, I mean, Chuckles, we've only had one Chuckles, and they could easily, yeah, I think that's a possibility. I don't know in a nudge, nudge, wink, wink kind of way, but I think that's got to be up there as a sort of simple sort of, but also interesting and fun re-deco. Anyway, so there you go. That's Hydro Viper. It looks phenomenal. Oh my god, I can't believe they're doing this. What would have been really cool is if they'd have put an Action Force International Heroes logo at the top, and that would have been freaking amazing, honestly. But as it is, I'll take this, and I just love the homage. Now, no Devil Ray, but obviously the comic appearance, there is no Devil Ray animal companion. So they have gone very, like, strict to the media here, clearly, with this particular figure. Now, we also have close-up here of Dana. Now, this is really cool. So she is coming with, I think, just the one accessory, just like the AK, it looks like. And this is, yeah, Dana straight out of the Sunbow cartoon. Scott says, they aren't here to cater just to you, Chris. Yeah, but they look like they are, though, aren't they? Like, am I being crazy to think they just keep releasing things that I want? And it's not even like I have I'm not even whispering this stuff in their ear. I genuinely am not. It's just in these episodes. So either it's complete coincidence, which I think it is, or I'm just getting some fun stuff just for me. I don't think it's that. Is there a specific reason Reaction Plus isn't available on Amazon? Asks Huntress. I have no idea. I've no clue. Not a clue. Isn't it just like Super7 web store and Target, I believe? Maybe, is it in Walmart? I don't know. I haven't got a clue, honestly. I don't know. Is the honest answer to that. Chris Cook says, would love Classified to pick up some of these designs. This and the previous Python Patrol Cobra Commander would be fire. I agree on that one, Christopher. Indeed. I think there's some really good Classified fodder that Super7 are sort of like, hinting at to be done. I like the fact that as well, like Classified they'll do like a big lob, and then the Super7 big lob comes out and around the same time. Hydra Viper, same time. Is Flash on the cards? I hope so. Is Dana on the cards? Because we have heard that Dana, there's been leaks on other channels, hasn't there, that October Guard is like on the table or is happening. And what was the other thing? Oh, Zanya's helmet, or Zanya's like little Russian sort of pilot helmet sort of vibe that looks like to be coming with her on the render. That to me looks like a bit of a sort of pre-tool sort of maneuver to kind of hint at maybe Dana's around the corner. Obviously, it would be a different Dana entirely. It wouldn't be the Sunbow Dana. It would be more of a kind of like practical one. But I love this. It's great. And another really fun figure in the Reaction Plus line, again Sunbow-esque as well. Lovely stuff. But do you know what, like a lot of people have been saying we'd love more comic homage, and then that's what this is. The Hydro Viper, it's a straight up comic homage. Is it the comic you guys were aiming for? Probably not, but like I said, at least we've got a comic homage, we've got a Sunbow homage, and now we've got a movie homage as well, another one. And that's Chuckles in his white shirt, which is absolutely phenomenal. So this is great as well. Again, just the pistol and the kind of holster, and they've gone with the white shirt and the kind of the blue kind of pants, and yeah, and it's definitely that sort of like bulkier movie Chuckles going on here. Like the head's a little bit more, like big block, basically. I don't know. I think it's really awesome. And I have been clamoring for some sort of movie white shirt Chuckles. It's been years now. The amount of episodes, it might be one of those things where I'm like, whenever we talk Reaction Plus, whenever Pat and I would do that on some of the older episodes, white shirt Chuckles would come up so often in monthly episodes on Reaction Plus specific O-ring like specials, in like just general chat about Super7. Like it would constantly come up. The only thing I would have said would have been even better with this one is if they'd included a red missile a la the Havoc in the movie where he takes the missile off the Havoc and he throws it at the Hiss tank. Like that would have been absolutely chef's kiss. But as it is, I'll take this. I'm down for this. This is great. Figure looks fantastic. Head sculpt's like straight out of that movie as well, by the way. They haven't messed too much with the card art. It looks like that looks proper classic, just retouched classic artwork, doesn't it? Not an AI in sight, thankfully. Oh, Annie's in the house. Hi, darling. Do you want to go say hi to everyone? I know. She made 2 appearances on the on our Patreon episode today. Hi, darling. Yeah, it's more food in my beard, isn't it? Of course it is. Anyway, just ignore the fact that Annie's like licking my face off. But yes, Chuckles, amazing addition to the Reaction Plus line, and yeah, I'm excited to have that one in hand for sure. And then finally, and certainly not least, that's not the line, is it? It's last but certainly not least, right? Yeah, is Flash. And what's really funny about this one is that I remember when the first image went up on the thing, when I first saw that image, that all 4 figures together, I thought he was wearing a bandana. I thought that was a red bandana. I know, daddy's silly. But no, it's obviously his really sweet emo haircut. Okay, Annie's saying bye now. Bye, sweetheart. Okay, love you, darling. Good girl. She was just checking on me, just making sure I'm still here. I also think she just had a din-dins as well. So anyway, yes, her hair, Annie's hair is amazing. Flash's hair, phenomenal. Proper emo sweep. I can actually do that with my hair at the moment. It's so bloody long. I need to get that absolutely. I need to get my mullet retracted at some point. This before Toy Fair. Anyway, that is Flash, and again, like, um, really interesting. I think this one is. I'm not like 100%. You know how Brian said he didn't want to release figures that were sort of already out there. I mean, Flash is already a figure. Obviously, it's harder to get a Flash now for many reasons. More expensive, of course, especially carded. So I understand, doing a figure like this for people that don't have a Flash is kind of cool. But again, this sort of like new head sculpt is, something that I'm digging. And is that enough of a difference of what Flash is? I'm not sure. Like the rules are sometimes a little bit like gray area in this sort of situation, but I'm not going to argue because I think this is a really cool figure. Flash looks really cool, and we haven't had much Flash love, despite there being like this like expectation. Flash was on the original line plan for 2025. We had that on one of the listings, and then that when there was a huge mix up, well, not mix up, there was a lot of change ups on the line plan during the year of 2025, and Flash ended up getting pushed, and we thought it was to the next wave. Then we thought it was to this year. Now we're not sure where he is, if he's indeed coming. Kitty said, but and we're talking classified here, by the way. But I kind of feel like maybe this is an inkling as to the possibility of Flash just round the corner for classified, seeing as Super7 do like to line up some of their releases with classifieds releases. I hope we do see Flash at Toy Fair. I think that'd be a really cool, nice little, I don't know, what do you call it? Like a surprise is the word I'm looking for. But there you go. And if you don't like the haircut, just put a helmet on him. Indeed. Hydra says, haven't bought a single other Reaction Plus, but I'm buying Flash. Yeah, Hydras, you are pretty strong and solid on the old Flash chat, aren't you? Sounds like some sort of weird new social network. Anyway, that is not all. We do also have the card back for Flash. Now, this obviously gives us a bit more insight as to the Falcon artwork that was officially teased by Super7 earlier today. So if you look at the card cross-sell on the back, you'll see Chuckles, Dana, Flash, and the Hydro Viper all there, bottom right-hand corner of that cross-sell, as well as all the other figures, of course, in previous waves, or like up to a certain point. There's probably a few that aren't on there, maybe. I don't see Raymar or Fatal Fluffy on there. So yeah, they're maybe missing a couple of waves on there. But that obviously, those particular figures are there, and no Falcon. So it's very likely that that Falcon artwork is the Target exclusive or some other different sort of release. But these are the 4 figures for this particular wave, for sure. Anyway, the way things are going, we'll get a higher Flash before the classified one, says Steps Toys. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be crazy? Anyway, that is pretty much everything I wanted to discuss regarding this like leak and reveal. I will be back, of course. Before I go, let's do this first. Let's have a word from our sponsor, and then I'll be right back. Yes, the deluxe Treasury editions of the Battle Action Force comics are phenomenal. Go check them out. Go get them, please and thank you. You can order them from TotalToyBooks.com in the UK and Europe, Skeletron.com in the US, and of course Amazon if you're in Bosnia. I don't know if you can. I'm just going to say there's a wider net if you want to order them from Amazon. Anyway. Yes, so thank you very much for joining me on this one. I will return probably this week. Like you've got at the very least, there's the Whatnot live stream, Larry Harmer signing, GI Joe classified reveal. What that's going to be. So I'll obviously reporting Wednesday evening, and then of course it is Toy Fair on Saturday. Any news pops up in the week before then, which is very likely, and that could be anything from leaks to official reveals to whatever it may be. I will try and do I will try and do my best to report on it. Scott, that's brilliant. Chris will return in Avengers Doomsday. Anyway, Figure Six Pack says, Chris, back to retro Zap. What if the Gamerverse Nick Fury lit his cigarette from that backblast of Zap's launcher just to reenact that comic book panel? There you go. That's rad. I'm just going to say yes. That's exactly what the situation is. Roadpig John says, Super7 is coming with a lot of great figures, man. Hydro Viper comic version looks different. I need to see more about them to get used to. No problem. You get stuck in. You get stuck into the Action Force monthlies and the G.I. Joe European missions, and it's only one issue. It's only 14. Issue 14 of that, either of those two. Probably easy to get hold of G.I. Joe European missions at this stage, but there you go. Go check it out. So yeah, I'll be back minimum Wednesday evening. If not, I'll see you before then. And if not, I'll see you. Well, I will definitely see you after then, because it'll be Toy Fair, and I'll be doing all sorts of cool stuff from the floor. And of course, when I get to the hotel and bust out a live stream, Kitty said. And what's the other thing I'm going to do? Oh yeah, any other kind of interviews, floor interviews I've done will also go up after the fact. It's going to be a busy weekend. It's going to be a busy week. I'll try and stay on top of it. And have a wonderful rest of your weekend, guys. And if you're watching the Superb Owl later, good luck to whatever team you are supporting. Yeah, go Bears. I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay fresh, cheese bags. And as always, after 3, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3, full force. Laters.
That's it for this instalment of the Full Force News Burst. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time, and as always, Full Force.
Make sure you get involved with the discussion by liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. And as always, you can keep up with the show after listening by following on all of our social platforms, links in the description. And if you would like to contact the show, you can message us on any of those platforms with feedback or questions. We also have a Patreon page, so if you want to show your support for the show, see your name up in lights on these videos, or enjoy exclusive bonus content, then check out patreon.com/The Full Force Podcast, or click the link on any of the posts this podcast appears in. Full Force.